Episode number 394. Oh, when I said I was alone, said Milady, hoping to make the novice talk by talking of herself. It is not for want of friends in high places, but these friends themselves tremble before the cardinal. The queen herself does not dare to oppose the terrible minister. I have proof that her majesty, notwithstanding her excellent heart, has more than once been obliged to abandon to the younger of his eminence persons who had served her. Trust me, madam, the queen may appear to have abandoned those persons, but we must not put faith in appearances. The more they are persecuted, the more she thinks of them, and often, when they least expect it, they have proof of a kind remembrance. Alas, said Milady, I believe so, the queen is so good. Oh, you know her, then, that lovely and noble queen, that you speak of thus? Cried the novice, with enthusiasm. That is to say, replied Milady, driven into her entrenchment, that I have not the honor of knowing her personally, but I know a great number of her most intimate friends. I am acquainted with Monsieur de Putange, I met Monsieur Dugert in England, I know Monsieur de Treville. Monsieur de Treville! Exclaimed the novice. Do you know Monsieur de Treville? Yes, perfectly well, intimately even. The captain of the king's musketeers? The captain of the king's musketeers. Why, then, only see! Cried the novice. We shall soon be well acquainted, almost friends. If you know Monsieur de Treville, you must have visited him. Often, said Milady, who, having entered this track, and perceiving that falsehood succeeded, was determined to follow it to the end. With him, then, you must have seen some of his musketeers? All those is in the habit of receiving, replied Milady, for whom this conversation began to have a real interest. Name a few of those whom you know, and you will see if they are my friends. Well, said Milady, embarrassed, I know Monsieur de Louvigny, Monsieur de Cotivron, Monsieur de Ferressac. The novice let her speak, then seeing that she paused, she said, Don't you know a gentleman named Athos? Milady became as pale as the sheets in which she was lying, and mistress as she was of herself, could not help uttering a cry, seizing the hand of the novice, and devouring her with looks. What is the matter? Good God! Asked the poor woman. Have I said anything that has wounded you? No, but the name struck me, because I also have known that gentleman, and it appeared strange to me to meet with a person who appears to know him well. Oh, yes, very well, not only him, but some of his friends, Messieurs Porthos and Aramis. Indeed, you know them likewise? I know them, cried Milady, who began to feel a chill penetrate her heart. Well, if you know them, you know that they are good and free companions. Why do you not apply to them, if you stand in need of help?